Welcome back everyone to another video, and today I'm going to be talking about how you can identify liquidity in your trading by utilizing simple ICT concepts. And ICT told us that price is after two things, and it's really rather simple. It's after liquidity and inefficiencies. And ideally this will be in order of importance. You want to be looking for liquidity first and then inefficiencies after. So you can utilize this practically on any time frame with any model or with anything, just because this is the foundation of price action. The market is relying based on liquidity and inefficiencies, and by utilizing both, especially the first one being your first priority, um, you'll be able to framework your trading model, your trading idea in a better fashion that suits you best. So I'm gonna delete this for the time being, and on the daily chart, as we can see here, you can break this down on any time frame again. And specifically for my personal use, I utilize this on the ICT Silver Bullet for the 10 to 11 a.m. as well as the 2 to 3 p.m. sessions. So when you're on a daily chart, pertaining to the current day's price action, really what you care about most is the where is price drawing towards. So if I take out this drawing tool here, so for example, where were points of liquidity? Remember, the first thing we care about is points of liquidity, right? So and where current price action is, because many times people are going to just fill their charts up and go, okay, here's a low down here, here's this, here's all these different levels, but keep it clean and focus on where price is currently as it relates to, since you're day trading or whichever model you're trading. Most of you are going to be probably day traders or scalpers. So really, this is the box that your focus should be on, this price action here. So jumping into this further, if we zoom in here, where are the areas that price would be drawing towards and what has it already taken? So of course, first is always liquidity, right? That's what we just said. So we have a high right here and we have another high right here. So these are liquidity points, as liquidity means that you have old highs and old lows. So, and what does ICT always tell us? That above old highs is going to be buy stops. Because if you think about it, let's say, for example, traders that were selling here, right? I'm going to give you an example. Let's say traders are selling here, they got their stop loss there, and let's say they're targeting this low. So this is also liquidity as well, because below old lows is what is going to be called sell stops. So that's like another way of seeing it. So above old highs is going to be buy stops, and above old lows is going to be sell stops. So in this case, for example, traders are going to have their stop losses, in this case, right above this high. They're going to be waiting. That's fine, right? So then what's going to happen? Price trades lower. So they're going to be trailing their stop losses further and further down. For example, now they would have it above this high, right? So then what does price do hunting for that liquidity? Remember, we're talking about liquidity first. What does it do? It stop hunts everybody here that was buying. They're also trailing their stop losses as well. But then what does price do right after that? Price comes up, stop hunts the people that were trying to chase shorts at here. But of course, what did I say earlier? Below old highs, there's going to be buy stops. So if you really think about it, everyone that's in this trade right now, they're going to really have their stop losses somewhere around here, tighter or just above this high right there. And what does price do? We stop hunt those highs, and then it's able to trend lower because it's seeking liquidity. It's seeking the liquidity paradigm for it to operate. That's all it really is. And then we also have on a internal range liquidity, we also have this low right here. We see that we're taking sell stops right here, people trying to buy in here. And what is price doing? It's taking liquidity right there. But where is price drawing towards? So in this case, so we already know in this case on the daily, we've taken buy side, right? That's what we said before. But there's no liquidity points other than this one here. So what would you, to frame your bias going into the day, what you would say is, okay, we've already taken liquidity. Where is price drawing towards on a grander scale? We don't have any more liquidity other than this one here. We would then focus on inefficiencies. Where is an inefficiency? Right here. This is a BISI, and in this BISI, we see that price is trying to draw towards it. If you draw it out, we see price drawing towards that BISI. And then from this BISI, we would possibly see either price come down, consequent encroachment, and reverse, taking out anyone really trying to sell in here, because retail is trying to sell this right now. Already, retail has their stops above here, so it'll be come down here and stop run all the people that are trying to sell already. Because again, it goes back to liquidity. Above old highs are what? Buy stops. That's it. Above this high right here, there's people with their stop losses right now. So let's say people selling here, where they're gonna have where are they gonna have their stop loss? Right there or just above it. And they're trying to chase this price going lower and lower and lower, but they don't realize that a stop one is coming in that nature. But of course, price could easily break through this since we also have a low resistance liquidity run, but that's a topic for another day. Really what we're focusing on is liquidity and inefficiencies. So as a quick overview, once again, we said with old highs and old lows, these are your liquidity points. And then inefficiencies are these imbalances like this. So your BISIs, things of that nature, liquidity voids, all these different things, they're going to be points of reference for you to see price also draw towards. But that's going to be your second. That's the inefficiencies are your second priority if you don't have any liquidity points to gauge price on where it is currently. So just before we drop down to the 1 minute, I'm going to draw out this inefficiency here so we can also see it on the 1 minute. And really what we're doing is we're framing a larger time frame idea. So remember, the daily is drawing towards that BISI all the way down here, but you're also still going to be utilizing these smaller time frames in the same premise, looking for old highs, old lows, and knowing where you need to target for price. So in this case, for example, let's say you were waiting for that, we were looking for that ICT silver bullet model or something of some sort, and really, or even anyone trading also the macros as well. So this also applies the same way. But again, what happens as we talked about before? Above old highs are going to be what's called buy stops. So above this high, we have these equal highs up here. You see how they're really clean? And then what do we also have down here? We have these really clean lows right here, which is the same, practically going to be the same exact thing. And we see, what does price do in this case? We're consolidating, we come down, taking what? Taking sell stops right below here. Then we come up and taking buy stops. Because again, people are trying to sell in this price action. All these people here, where they're going to have their stop losses there, or maybe a little higher. And it's the same idea for anyone trying to buy in here. Where they're going to have their stop losses? They're going to have it below this low, right? Targeting this high. So what does price do before reaching that target? This is really interesting. Before price reached this target, trying to get people here, said, nope, we're going to stop them hunt first, then we're going to reach that target. I mean, just off this example right here, you see how price, its algorithmic nature is really looking for that liquidity because it's seeing orders here and it's seeing those orders here. And that's that liquidity paradigm being built into price that you're seeing it right now. And then if we look lower, for example, this is today's price action. What did we talk about before? Price is drawing towards that. So really any liquidity that you'd be looking for would be ideally towards drawing towards a lower price. So in this case, if we draw out this liquidity point here and also the next one, which is going to be right here, we see price continues to take liquidity on the contrary side. I don't personally trade. I don't sell when price is below midnight open. That's just my personal rule. But to anyone who did take this sell, in your case, you're having liquidity being taken in your favor, remember. And the second thing is you also have an inefficiency at play, which is also being respected. So again, we have what is above old highs? Buy stops. Buy stop, buy stop, buy stop. So now price is taken buy stops. Where is it going to be drawing towards? Liquidity point. Where? These old lows right here. You see these lows that are really clean. People are trying to chase this buy, and price is going to stop them out. And you couple that with the idea of that larger time frame objective that we had down here. And once you be able to combine these multiple factors, the liquidity and the inefficiencies, and again, this works in any model, but ideally I'm using it particularly relating to the ICT silver bullet model. And for example, in today's case, as we can see here, we have an inverted fair value gap, and we have a single pass up, single pass down, meaning this is a BPR. and we see price respect that consequent encroachment. We displace lower, equal those again. Where are stops going to be? They're going to be below old lows and below old highs. Price comes up and we take them down. So really, I hope this video gave you guys a different point of view on really identifying liquidity points in price and seeing its algorithmic nature. And if you guys have any questions, drop them down below in the comments. Be sure to check that out. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.